and he joined the Concad Regiment of the Royal Signals for his 2 years national service. The initial training took place at Catterick Camp in Yorkshire, which he was there for 3 months. He was then posted to Egypt for a few months, and then on to Valletta in Malta for the remainder of his holiday. I mean, 2 years after service. Apparently, the sunshine of Malta cost Martin his hair. I'm sorry writing what I've been told. But since then, he's been for a transplant, but the only thing was Bobby Charlton was the donor. He rose to corporal in charge of wages, and he met many Christians at the Gospel Hall, and one in particular, a Mr. Ego. Mr. Ego taught Martin many things from the scriptures, many of which Martin uses today in his preaching. And Mr. Ego had a great influence on Martin in his Christian life. Now then, we get on to his matrimonial status. Martin met Ruth at Stockport College, where Ruth agreed to go out with Martin only if he went to church with her, which was Beth Sham. Unfortunately for Ruth, Martin agreed. Apparently, Martin, before we get on to the wedding, you proposed in a very unusual way to Ruth. Could you tell us how that was and how it came about? Can you remember? Well, you do let me down, man. Shows how much you... Can you not remember? Pardon? On the bus? No. Try again. No, try again.
Oh, he's had enough guesses.
Are you sure you're married to Ruth? Can you tell him, Ruth, how it was?
Yes, he wrote it down in a letter and said, don't open it till you get home.
He said, don't open it till you get home. He proposed in a letter. He said, don't open it till you get home. Give it, Ruth, and he ran. In 1971, Richard was born. Last, Martin wasn't outnumbered with females. He wasn't present at the birth of any of the children. As if he had been, he would have needed medical attention himself. A bit like Pete. Now on to the work situation. Martin had his first job at Henry Simons as a cost clerk. From there he went as an assistant accountant to Geigy Pharmaceutical Company. Then as an assistant accountant at Rhodes, Bryden and Hewitt at Reddish. He became accountant for Flexi Brushes at Glossop, and lastly he went on to become financial director at I&M Kindler for 19 years, where he's now retiring from fiddling the books, accounting the books of the company. I wrote this script, Pete. Martin and Ruth were two of the founder members at the opening of Devonport Baptist Church. Can you remember the year there, Martin?
78.
No, I'm glad you did, because we've not got it down. 1970.
29th of September.
1978. And church life for Martin started at Beth Sham. And since then he has become a Christian. Since he became a Christian in the 50s, it has become a very important part of his life. He's been an active member of quite a few churches up to the present time of being our minister here at Larkhill Baptist Church. Martin has many hobbies and hopes to pursue these now that he is retired. Steam trains are his first love. He also likes photography, reading, and he does a fine impression, so I'm told, of Adolf Hitler. And with his moustache now he's got, he does an even better one. Somebody said when I say that, why don't you get him to do it? Pardon? Here, here. Shall we pass on Martin? Another love of Martin's life are the voices I hope you recognise now. Yes, Martin, you've guessed it, the dogs. Unfortunately, they can't be here with you today, Martin. They ran off when we couldn't catch them when we mentioned your name. There have been many memorable events in your life. The birth of grandchildren Claire, Gemma and Laura being 3 of them. Another special event was your 25th wedding anniversary, when you were serenaded once again by Stan and myself. DIY is not one of your strong points, and neither is telling jokes. Are you getting a hint, Martin? You have occasionally boiled the odd pot of water. And then you burnt it. You've also taken command of a tank and floated in the Dead Sea. I think we heard a little bit about that this morning, about the Dead Sea. But while he was there was a tank as well there, and Martin, being the general that he is, wanted to command this tank. And he went up and he was up there being the commander for the day. He's also been photographed, believe it or not, in flared trousers with me. That's one of the events in his life. And also, talking about clothes, Martin's been a little bit eccentric, to say the least, in some of his attire. And we've just got a little example of some of the things that Martin could have been seen in over the years. He doesn't like swimming, and this is the reason why, because this is his costume. It's always been said at the seaside or on holiday that we're going to go swimming, and then Martin disappears. We've never seen Martin swimming yet, and this is the reason why. Laying down summer lanes with his shorts on and hobnail boots, and he's also been to a few parties dressed up as different and many things. I'd hope to see him something like this at one of my parties. Do you like the hair? Those are just a few of the things that have happened during Martin's career. But just to close on a serious note, there are many people here today who would like to wish you a very happy and long retirement. I know how much they appreciate the work you have put in as a minister of this church, and especially 1989, when on May the 20th we opened this church. There are many things that you have done that people don't know anything about, but God knows, Martin. And on behalf of our family, thanks for all the things that you have done for us all. Together with Ruth, you have done more for your family than any parents I know. And I'm sure today we're sort of honouring Martin's retirement, not forgetting Ruth also. Ruth really is retiring with him, but she won't be. She'll be doing more work than ever. But I think this is an honour for them both as a couple to just say thank you for all that you've done for us all over the years. And all I can say in words as to how we feel is that we love you both. And Martin, this is your life.
Martin is something he's always wanted and he's always talked about.
Talking about clothes.
Martin, I'm presenting you with the official Lark Hill Baptist Preachers
This is an off-the-shoulder sequence.
Told you had some weird gear.
Look a bit like my shorts then. You could wear those shorts underneath.
Hey, give us a twirl, Martin.
So awkward. Actually, I've got the lighting.
You better turn round. You better turn round as well, Martin.
That's a better view, yeah.
Sorry, Martin, if you got the pass.
1949 vintage.
Have you all got your photographs cutting the cake? Do you want him to cut the cake? Have you got that thing to go on the top?
Yeah.
You can. But just to thank you all for coming, and it's been a lovely time this afternoon, and I'm sure Martin will remember this for a long time. But thanks for coming, and we hope to see you at the weekend. Don't forget we're away next weekend. Any details, just give us a ring in the week. Give Bill a ring, he's got the details for the weekend away.
4 years ago, if all this would happen to me, I would have said they were crazy. It's amazing what the Lord has done. And I think it could only have been done with a fellowship such as Lark Hill. Because other churches just do not have the kind of rapport and fellowship that we have here. I do thank you very much. You should have knocked me out. I remember it for a long time.
Right, we can go now. Yeah, just cut the cake and then you can take some photographs and cut it. Shapes, cut it.